doing and blah, blah, blah. It's the perfect storm. I don't really know. You know, it's impossible to know. I just produced this movie, Alice in Wonderland, that's going to end up grossing probably $1 billion all over the world. Be one of the top 5 or 6 movies of all time. I don't really know. I mean, honestly, part of me thinks, well, you know, it's the perfect storm. It's very much like the soccer team. You know, we had Disney and Alice, a great, you know, a well-known title, and Tim Burton and Johnny Depp, and 3D, all kind of lined, and Avatar, blah, 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 blah. I don't really know. Honestly, it could have just been Tim Burton, and you and me could have been in the movie. It's these kind of things, these things that are successful or failures, the thing that makes them so interesting from a business standpoint is you kind of make up the reality after the fact. And so there will be other cities that will probably try to copy what it is we did, and you know, have the fan base name the team and use the internet and have fans seated on websites and be very, very deeply involved in the city charities, et cetera, and go out of town and pick up a couple of players who are well known in the area. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think every city is going to be different. Every circumstance is going to be different. I am incredibly indebted to the Seahawks organization. I mean, the Seahawks organization could have turned out to be my Tim Burton. I don't really know. I know that they were instrumental in making this thing happen. I know it as a businessman that why not use them? They weren't doing anything anyway. They were all sold out all the time. So had a whole bunch of good people just sitting around doing nothing. So get them. I also knew, I mean, the reason we're here is because I wasn't sure it was going to work. And so I made a deal with Mr. Allen to make sure that I had the lowest overhead I could possibly have. You can understand that. But you get a free staff and a stadium and all that stuff, and if it doesn't work, I won't feel as bad as I would if I went and built a $150 million stadium that some poor bondholder would be paying for the rest of their life. So it is a little bit of magic, you know, and the team play last year was a little bit of magic. And, you know, the core of the team is back here. And I think just the fact that they've all played together for a year will make them play that much better this year. Although I must say, I saw the Red Bulls play on TV the other day. I didn't recognize anybody on the team. They were the worst team in the league last year. All of a sudden they look like world beaters. So who knows, right? It's one of those things. For me, what's great about this is I've never been involved in a professional team, and I'm obviously a huge sports fan. Even though I worked on Alice in Wonderland for 2.5 years, it's over. I mean, it's nice that it's happening, but it's over. And the people involved, if they ever speak to one another again, it will be, you know, just a luck, but it will be happenstance. Not because we don't like each other, but we all go our different ways. And so for the first time, I'm involved in a business that actually has a community and an ongoing aspect to it. And for me, I've missed not being here since November. I've missed not being connected to the team and the players since November. And so for me, it's the greatest pleasure is to be involved in a sport that I love and have it have an ongoing tie to it. The fact that we're successful, that doesn't hurt either. And the fact that we'll continue to be successful, I have every faith and belief in the community and the coaching staff and the management and the team. So I'm really glad that we're starting another season. I remember last year being on those marches. I went to every one of those marches. Some guy would come up to me and say, "This has been the best year of my life." And I thought, yeah, that's it. That's the experience that you want to have. You want to have people out here on Thursday who have missed being out here for the past 3 or 4 months. And I guess that's what I was trying to get across in these negotiations to people behind doors, is that we have an opportunity to, you know, life's not easy, and the economy's not getting better last time I saw it, or not really. And it's nice to be able to provide a piece of entertainment that has some sustenance to it, and has some power to it. And for that, I'm proud and grateful to all of you, obviously, because someone had said to me before the season started last year, how many season ticket holders are you going to have? The truthful answer is, I would have no way of knowing, because I hadn't done it. So if someone would have said 4,000, I would have said, oh, that's good. Or if someone would have said 7,000, I said, oh, that was good too. And if someone said we'd won, 5 games, I'd say, that's good too. Because I'd seen the last couple of expansion teams who were horrible. And so the fact that we got that far and won the US Open Cup, and it was a great, great start. But to me, it's just the beginning. So the fun of it is an ongoing flow, and there's so much more to grow. Not just filling the stadium, but getting a team together that plays well enough that can play overseas, and continue to host teams like Barcelona and Chelsea, and continue to be a real part of the community. Because as you know, I come from a city down south where there is no community. And so the idea that people would be in a situation like this in Los Angeles, it would only be if, they were selling drugs or low-cut dresses. But anyway, thank you all for being here. Thank you for coming, and I hand you over to Adrian.